The Night Doorbell presenting The Devil Show.
This suspense horror story's title is The Midnight Game. As the clock struck 12, a group of friends gathered in a dimly lit room to play the notorious midnight game, a chilling ritual whispered about in hushed tones. They followed the instructions meticulously, not believing that anything would happen. But when the candles flickered and eerie whispers filled the air, they realized they had unwittingly invited a malevolent spirit into their midst. Now, trapped in a nightmarish game of survival, they must uncover the truth behind the midnight game and find a way to escape its ghostly grasp before dawn, or risk becoming part of the haunting legend themselves. The room grew colder with every passing second, and a suffocating darkness enveloped the friends as they huddled together. The only source of light came from the flickering candles they had set up in a circle on the wooden floor. Their hearts pounded like war drums as they strained to hear the faintest sound, the softest whisper that would betray the presence of the malevolent spirit they had summoned. As minutes turned into hours, their nerves were stretched to their limits. The air seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy, and shadows danced on the walls, taking on grotesque forms that sent shivers down their spines. The instructions they had followed had been clear: never let the candle extinguish, never speak its name, and most importantly, never open the door. But curiosity gnawed at them like a relentless beast. One of them, Sarah, couldn't resist the temptation any longer. She whispered, "What if this is all just a silly game? Maybe we should open the door and see what happens." Her words hung in the air like a curse, and a sudden, bone-chilling gust of wind blew through the room, extinguishing one of the candles. Panic seized the group as they realized that they had broken one of the cardinal rules. The sinister presence grew stronger, and the whispers became more distinct, filled with malice and intent. In the dim light of the remaining candles, they saw fleeting glimpses of a ghostly figure, its features twisted in agony. The room echoed with a mournful wail that sent them scrambling to relight the extinguished candle. But as they fumbled with their matches, they heard a name that should never have been uttered: the Midnight Man. Suddenly, the room plunged into absolute darkness, and a chilling, disembodied laughter echoed around them. They knew that the Midnight Man was no longer a mere game; he was a malevolent force that had been awakened, and they were now trapped in a nightmarish reality. In the suffocating darkness, the friends clung to the remaining shreds of their courage. Every moment felt like an eternity as the Midnight Man's presence pressed in on them, a malevolent force determined to claim their souls. Desperation forced them to think on their feet. One of the friends, Alex, remembered a faint detail about the midnight game: a salt circle could provide temporary protection. They hastily poured a line of salt around themselves, hoping it would act as a barrier against the sinister entity. The Midnight Man, enraged by their attempt at defense, let out a deafening scream that sent tremors through the room. The walls seemed to close in on them, and the temperature plummeted further. The flickering candles threatened to extinguish, and they held their breath, praying that the salt circle would hold. For a moment, it seemed as if the Midnight Man couldn't cross the salt barrier. He circled it, his menacing presence growing weaker. The friends exchanged anxious glances, sensing a glimmer of hope. But just as they began to believe they might survive the night, they heard a voice, distant and foreboding. It whispered an incantation that sent shockwaves through the room. The salt line slowly dissolved, leaving them vulnerable and defenseless. The Midnight Man, now free to act, closed in on them with newfound fury. It whispered their darkest fears and deepest regrets, tormenting their minds. Each friend was forced to confront their own demons in the most horrifying way imaginable. As the hours crept by, their strength waned, and they realized that to escape this nightmarish ordeal, they had to confront the Midnight Man head-on. Gathering every ounce of courage they had left, they held hands and chanted an incantation, attempting to banish the malevolent spirit back to the shadows. The room quaked, and the air grew heavy with tension as the Midnight Man fought to maintain his grip on the world of the living. But the friends' determination proved stronger. With a blinding flash of light and a deafening roar, the Midnight Man was banished, leaving behind a shattered room and a group of traumatized friends. As the first rays of dawn broke through the windows, they realized they had survived the midnight game, but they would forever carry the scars of that harrowing night. They vowed never to speak of the ritual again, knowing that some horrors were better left undisturbed in the darkness. In the aftermath of their nightmarish encounter with the Midnight Man, the friends tried to put the traumatic experience behind them. They sought solace in each other's company, attending therapy sessions and sharing their haunting memories. Yet, the shadow of that dreadful night seemed impossible to shake. Their once unbreakable bond had been tested and transformed. Each of them carried the emotional scars of their ordeal, and it was clear that their lives would never return to normal. Sleepless nights were filled with vivid nightmares, and the chilling whispers of the Midnight Man echoed in their minds. Over time, they began to notice strange occurrences in their daily lives. Objects moved on their own, unexplained cold spots appeared in their homes, and eerie apparitions flickered at the edges of their vision. The Midnight Man had left a lingering presence, a haunting reminder that they were never truly free from the malevolent entity they had summoned. Desperate for a solution, they turned to paranormal investigators and spiritual experts in the hope of banishing the Midnight Man once and for all. The experts conducted elaborate rituals and cleansing ceremonies, attempting to sever the lingering connection between the friends and the vengeful spirit. It was during one of these rituals that they discovered the Midnight Man's true name, a name that held the key to his power and presence in their lives. With this newfound knowledge, they embarked on a perilous journey to confront the Midnight Man in his own realm. Guided by ancient incantations and protective amulets, they entered a nightmarish dreamscape, a twisted reflection of the room where they had originally summoned the entity. The Midnight Man lurked in the shadows, his form shifting and contorting with malice, but armed with the power of his true name, they called out to him, demanding that he release them from his grip. The room trembled, and the Midnight Man howled in anguish as his power waned. With one final incantation, they banished him from their lives, sealing him away in a realm of eternal darkness. As they awoke from their nightmarish journey, they felt a weight lift from their shoulders. The paranormal occurrences ceased, and a newfound sense of peace washed over them. The Midnight Man was finally gone, and they had reclaimed their lives. With the Midnight Man banished and their lives returning to a semblance of normalcy, the friends found themselves drawn closer together. They had shared an unimaginable horror, and in that shared experience, they discovered a profound bond that transcended the mundane. As time passed, they chose different paths to heal their emotional wounds. Some delved into the study of the occult, hoping to understand the forces they had encountered. Others turned to art, pouring their emotions onto canvases and pages, trying to exorcise the lingering demons of that dreadful night. Their story, once shrouded in secrecy, began to circulate within the paranormal community. It became a cautionary tale, a chilling legend shared among those who dabbled in the supernatural. The midnight game, once whispered about in hushed tones, was now spoken of with reverence, a testament to the dangers of toying with forces beyond human comprehension. The friends' journey had left them forever changed, their lives irrevocably altered by the spectral encounter. They found solace in helping others who had faced paranormal threats, offering support and guidance to those who, like them, had ventured too close to the edge of the unknown. Their friendship, forged in the crucible of fear, proved unbreakable. They remained a tight-knit group, bound not only by the terror they had endured but also by a shared mission, to ensure that no one else would fall victim to the horrors they had faced. Years passed, and the friends continued their mission to protect others from the malevolent forces they had encountered during that fateful night. They formed a support network for those who had experienced paranormal events, offering a safe space for sharing stories and seeking advice. Their knowledge of the supernatural deepened, and they became respected figures in the world of paranormal investigation. They collaborated with experts, wrote books, and gave lectures on the dangers of delving into the unknown without caution, but the Midnight Man's presence was not entirely eradicated from their lives. Occasionally, they would receive cryptic messages or experience fleeting moments of unease, reminders that the entity they had banished had not entirely given up its pursuit. Yet, they remained vigilant, ready to confront any supernatural threat that dared to cross their path. As the years went by, they found a sense of purpose in their mission, turning their personal tragedy into an opportunity to help others. Their journey had transformed them from ordinary individuals into guardians of the paranormal, defenders of those who inadvertently strayed into the darkness. Their story, once hidden away as a dark secret, was now a source of inspiration for many. People looked up to them as beacons of hope in a world filled with mysteries and dangers beyond human comprehension. In their shared commitment to protecting others, the friends found a form of redemption for the past. They had turned the darkest chapter of their lives into a force for good, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of the supernatural. The friends' journey led them to uncover even deeper mysteries within the realm of the supernatural. They encountered otherworldly beings, each with their own unique tales and enigmatic powers. Their experiences expanded their understanding of the paranormal and taught them to approach each investigation with caution and respect. One day, a distressed family reached out to them, seeking help with a particularly malevolent spirit that plagued their home. The friends, armed with their knowledge and unwavering resolve, took on the case. It led them down a path filled with dark secrets and ancient curses, pushing the boundaries of what they thought they knew about the supernatural. As they delved deeper into the investigation, they realized that this malevolent force was unlike any they had encountered before. It seemed to draw strength from the fear it instilled, growing more powerful with each terrifying manifestation. The friends faced their greatest challenge yet, forced to confront not only the spirit but also their own fears and doubts. The battle against this formidable entity pushed them to their limits, testing their resolve and unity. They discovered that their bond, forged in the crucible of their shared trauma, was their greatest weapon against the darkness. They leaned on each other for support, drawing strength from their collective determination to protect the innocent. In a climactic showdown, they used their newfound knowledge of the supernatural, their unshakable friendship, and the lessons learned from their encounter with the Midnight Man to banish the malevolent spirit once and for all. As the entity dissipated into the ether, they felt a profound sense of closure, knowing that they had not only saved the family but had also taken another step toward restoring balance to the world of the paranormal. Their reputation as paranormal defenders continued to grow, and they became sought-after experts in their field. Their legacy was not just one of survival, but of transformation and triumph over the supernatural forces that lurked in the shadows. As they looked back on their journey, they understood that their encounter with the Midnight Man had been a catalyst for their purpose in life. They had evolved from unwitting participants in a deadly game to champions of the supernatural, protectors of the vulnerable, and beacons of hope for those who faced the unknown. Years rolled on, and the friends found themselves at the forefront of paranormal investigation and protection. Their work took them to the far corners of the world, where they encountered a multitude of supernatural phenomena, from restless spirits to ancient curses and enigmatic creatures. One particular case led them to a remote village nestled deep within a dense, ancient forest. The villagers spoke of a malevolent presence that had plagued them for generations. Crops withered, livestock vanished, and the forest itself seemed to hold a sinister secret. As they delved into the village's history, they uncovered a tale of a cursed artifact hidden within the heart of the forest. Legend had it that the artifact, known as the Soul Weaver's Talisman, possessed the power to ensnare the souls of the living and the dead, granting its possessor immense power. But at a dreadful cost. The friends realized that their journey had brought them face to face with an entity more ancient and sinister than anything they had encountered before. Armed with their knowledge and unwavering determination, they ventured deep into the heart of the forest, guided by the cryptic clues provided by the villagers. Their path was treacherous, fraught with perilous trials and supernatural obstacles. As they drew closer to the artifact's location, they could feel the malevolent energy growing stronger, testing their resolve at every turn. Finally, in a hidden glade deep within the forest, they found the Soul Weaver's Talisman, a hauntingly beautiful, gem-encrusted amulet with an aura of darkness that sent shivers down their spines. It pulsed with a malevolent energy that threatened to consume them. With their collective strength and knowledge, they attempted to sever the artifact's connection to the supernatural realm. It was a battle of wills, a test of their unity, and a reflection of all they had learned during their years of paranormal investigation. As they chanted an ancient incantation, the amulet trembled and released a cacophony of tormented wails. The very forest seemed to rebel against their efforts, but they stood their ground, determined to break the curse and free the village from the talisman's grip. With a blinding burst of light and a deafening roar, the Soul Weaver's Talisman shattered into countless pieces, its malevolent power dissipating into the ether. The forest fell silent, and a profound sense of peace descended upon the village. The friends had not only saved the village from centuries of torment but had also secured their place as legendary protectors of the paranormal. Their journey had led them from victims of the supernatural to champions of the unknown, defenders of humanity against the darkest forces that lurked in the shadows. As their reputation as paranormal protectors grew, they began to attract like-minded individuals. Drawn to their expertise and unwavering dedication, their team expanded, each new member bringing unique skills and perspectives to their mission. Together, they formed an organization dedicated to safeguarding the world from supernatural threats. They called themselves the Guardians of the Veil, a reference to their role in protecting the barrier that separated the realms of the living and the dead. Their headquarters became a haven for those seeking help and understanding in the face of the unexplainable. The Guardians of the Veil delved into ancient texts, conducted groundbreaking research, and developed innovative methods for dealing with paranormal phenomena. They became a beacon of knowledge and hope for those who had nowhere else to turn. But their work was not without its challenges. They faced adversaries who sought to exploit the supernatural for their own gain, and malevolent entities that sought revenge for their interference. Each encounter tested their resolve and unity, but they stood firm, unwavering in their commitment to protect humanity. One particularly perilous mission led them to an abandoned asylum, a place steeped in darkness and haunted by the tormented souls of its former occupants. The asylum was a labyrinth of suffering, a breeding ground for malevolent spirits that had festered for decades. As they ventured deeper into the asylum's twisted corridors, they encountered apparitions of the past, reliving the horrors that had transpired within its walls. The malevolent energy was suffocating, and it threatened to overwhelm even the most seasoned members of the team. But the Guardians of the Veil had faced the worst that the supernatural world had to offer, and they were not about to back down. They used their collective knowledge and strength to confront the malevolent forces that held the asylum in their thrall. In a climactic battle of wills, they challenged the malevolent spirits, forcing them to confront the atrocities they had committed in life. With empathy and determination, they guided the lost souls towards redemption and release. As the last spirit faded into the light, the asylum's oppressive atmosphere lifted, and a sense of peace settled over the once haunted place. The guardians of the veil had not only cleansed the asylum but had also provided closure to the tormented souls trapped within its walls. The guardians of the veil's reputation as protectors of the paranormal extended far and wide, drawing attention from both the curious and the desperate. They received requests for help from all corners of the globe, from remote villages plagued by restless spirits to sprawling cities harboring ancient, hidden horrors. One of their most challenging cases brought them to a forgotten town in the heart of a dense, mist-shrouded forest. The town's history was steeped in folklore and legends of a curse that had plagued its inhabitants for generations. Crops failed, livestock perished, and despair hung heavy in the air. The guardians arrived to find the town on the brink of collapse, its people trapped in a cycle of fear and suffering. They delved into the town's history and discovered that the curse was linked to an ancient tree deep within the forest. Legend spoke of a guardian spirit, once benevolent, now corrupted by centuries of malevolent energy. With a heavy sense of purpose, the guardians ventured into the dark heart of the forest. The journey was treacherous, with ominous whispers echoing through the trees and eerie shadows flitting just beyond their vision. But their resolve remained unbroken. As they reached the ancient tree, they sensed a malevolent presence that seemed to seep from its gnarled roots. It was a formidable adversary, a reflection of the town's suffering and despair. With their collective knowledge and unwavering determination, the guardians attempted to cleanse the guardian spirit, to free it from the curse that bound it. It was a harrowing battle of wills, with the very forest itself seeming to resist their efforts. In a climactic showdown, they confronted the corrupted guardian spirit, forcing it to confront the pain and sorrow it had perpetuated for centuries. With compassion and understanding, they guided the spirit toward redemption and release. As the spirit's malevolence waned, the forest seemed to sigh in relief. The curse that had plagued the town for generations began to lift, and a sense of renewal filled the air. The townspeople, once resigned to their fate, now felt a glimmer of hope. The guardians of the veil had not only broken the curse but had also helped heal a community that had suffered for centuries. Their legacy as champions of the supernatural continued to grow, a testament to the power of unity, knowledge, and compassion in the face of the unknown. The guardians of the veil's reputation as fearless protectors spread even further, transcending the boundaries of the human world. They became known among the supernatural entities themselves, not just as adversaries to be feared, but as advocates for balance and redemption. Their work brought them face to face with beings of ancient power and wisdom, from benevolent spirits that had watched over civilizations for centuries to enigmatic creatures hidden in the depths of the earth. Each encounter added to their understanding of the intricate tapestry of the supernatural, and they learned that not all entities were malevolent. One day, they received a plea for help from a reclusive guardian spirit deep within a remote mountain range. This spirit had watched over a hidden temple for millennia, safeguarding a sacred artifact of immense power. But a malevolent force, older and darker than any they had encountered before, sought to seize the artifact for its own nefarious purposes. The guardians journeyed to the remote temple, where the guardian spirit greeted them with weary eyes. It spoke of the ancient entity, a primordial force that had been awakened from its slumber, hungering for the artifact's power to reshape the world to its own dark desires. Their confrontation with the ancient entity was unlike any they had faced. It challenged their very understanding of the supernatural, revealing secrets of the cosmos and the primordial forces that shaped reality. The entity's power was overwhelming, threatening to shatter their unity. But the guardians of the veil had faced countless trials, and their bond remained unbreakable. With the guardian spirit's guidance, they devised a plan to outwit the ancient entity, drawing upon their combined knowledge of the supernatural. In a climactic battle that spanned the boundaries of the mortal realm and the supernatural, they confronted the ancient entity. With wisdom, cunning, and the unbreakable unity forged in their many trials, they managed to weaken the entity's hold on the artifact. As the ancient entity roared in defiance, the guardians invoked an ancient incantation, a blend of human determination and supernatural forces. With a blinding flash of light, the entity was banished, cast back into the depths of the primordial darkness from which it had come. The artifact, once a source of conflict, was entrusted to the guardian spirit, its power safeguarded for the good of humanity. The temple, once shrouded in malevolence, now radiated with an aura of tranquility and reverence. The guardians of the veil had not only protected the artifact but had also forged an alliance with the guardian spirit, a testament to the power of collaboration between the mortal and supernatural realms. Their journey continued, their legacy growing stronger with each encounter. They knew that the world was a place of endless mysteries and dangers, but they faced it together, armed with knowledge, unity, and the unwavering commitment to protect humanity from the supernatural forces that lurked in the shadows. As the years passed, the Guardians of the Veil evolved into a global network of supernatural defenders. They established chapters in cities around the world, each led by experienced members who had proven their dedication to their mission. These chapters became hubs of knowledge and support for those facing paranormal challenges. Their work became even more critical as the boundaries between the supernatural and the mortal world continued to blur. New and unforeseen threats emerged, from ancient cults seeking to unleash dark entities to technological advances that harnessed supernatural energies. One day, a distress call came from a coastal town, where a series of unexplained disappearances had terrorized the community. The disappearances were linked to a centuries-old maritime legend. An ancient sea spirit known as the Cursed Mariner had risen from the depths, seeking to reclaim what it believed had been stolen from it. The Guardians of the Veil's international team converged on the town, their combined knowledge and experience allowing them to unravel the intricate threads of the legend. They discovered that the sea spirit's anger was rooted in an ancient injustice, a tragedy that had unfolded long ago. With determination and empathy, the Guardians sought to right the wrongs of the past. They delved deep into the spirit's history, uncovering the truth of its suffering. In a moving confrontation with the spirit, they acknowledged its pain and loss, offering a chance at redemption and reconciliation. The sea spirit, once a harbinger of doom, was transformed. It granted the town its protection and departed peacefully, its vengeful fury replaced by a sense of closure. The town's residents were no longer haunted by the specter of the Cursed Mariner. The Guardians of the Veil's reputation as defenders of the supernatural, and as mediators between the worlds of the living and the dead, grew stronger with each successful mission. They continued to adapt to the evolving landscape of the paranormal, their knowledge expanding to encompass new and emerging threats. Their organization became a beacon of hope for those facing the unknown, a sanctuary for those who had experienced the unexplainable. Together, they forged a path forward, ready to confront whatever mysteries and dangers the supernatural world had in store. With each new challenge they faced, the Guardians of the Veil continued to expand their knowledge and hone their abilities. Their reputation as supernatural protectors and mediators between worlds grew not only among humans but also within the very realm of the supernatural itself. Their organization became a symbol of hope and unity in a world where the boundaries between the living and the supernatural continued to blur. They were not just defenders of humanity but also ambassadors between realms, bridging the gap between what was known and what remained shrouded in mystery. One fateful day, an emissary from a realm of ancient spirits and ethereal beings sought out the Guardians of the Veil. This emissary explained that a rift between dimensions had been torn open, endangering not only their world but also the delicate balance of existence itself. The Guardians accepted this otherworldly mission, understanding that the consequences of failure would be catastrophic. They journeyed into the enigmatic realm, facing challenges that defied the laws of the mortal world. Their bond, forged through countless trials, was their greatest strength as they navigated the unfamiliar terrain that in this realm of ethereal beauty and perilous enchantments. They encountered beings of immense power and wisdom. Some offered guidance, while others tested their resolve. The Guardians' knowledge of the supernatural proved invaluable as they unraveled the mystery of the rift and its connection to an ancient prophecy. Their mission culminated in a climactic confrontation with a malevolent entity that sought to exploit the rift for its own nefarious purposes. With the combined power of their knowledge, unity, and the wisdom they had gained from their supernatural encounters, they confronted the entity in a battle that transcended both worlds. In a blinding surge of energy, the rift was sealed, and the entity was banished, its malevolent ambitions thwarted. The realm of ancient spirits, grateful for the Guardians' intervention, acknowledged them as true protectors of the supernatural, a bridge between worlds. Upon their return to the mortal realm, the Guardians of the Veil found that their legacy had reached new heights. Their organization was no longer just a network of defenders but a symbol of unity and collaboration, a beacon of hope for all who faced the unknown. Their journey had taken them from ordinary individuals to champions of the supernatural, ambassadors between realms, and protectors of the very balance of existence. As they looked to the future, they knew that their mission was unending, for the world would forever be a place of mysteries and dangers. As the Guardians of the Veil continued their mission to protect humanity and maintain the balance between the worlds, they encountered a challenge of unprecedented scale. A cosmic rift had opened, threatening to unravel the very fabric of existence. This rift, born from the collision of parallel universes, brought together forces that defied comprehension. The Guardians knew that this was the most perilous mission they had ever faced. The fate of all realms hung in the balance, and the challenge ahead would push their knowledge, unity, and determination to the limits. They embarked on a journey that took them through dimensions uncharted by any mortal or supernatural being. Each realm they visited was a reflection of possibilities and impossibilities, filled with surreal landscapes, and inhabited by entities that existed beyond human understanding. As they ventured deeper into the heart of this cosmic confluence, they discovered that the rift was a consequence of ancient cosmic beings, whose actions had inadvertently destabilized the very nature of existence. These beings, vast in power and scope, were beyond good and evil. They were forces of cosmic equilibrium. The Guardians realized that to restore balance, they had to confront these beings in a battle of cosmic proportions. Armed with their knowledge, unity, and the lessons they had learned from their supernatural encounters, they faced the cosmic beings in a confrontation that transcended time and space. In a clash of immense energy and existential significance, the Guardians engaged the cosmic beings, negotiating with them for the preservation of all realms. They presented the case for balance, for the interconnectedness of all existence, and for the preservation of life in all its forms. The cosmic beings, ancient and inscrutable, considered their arguments. Slowly, their colossal power waned, and the rift began to close. The cosmic equilibrium was restored, and the threat of cosmic collapse was averted. The Guardians of the Veil emerged from this cosmic odyssey with a profound understanding of the interconnectedness of all existence. They had not only protected humanity but had also played a role in preserving the balance of the cosmos itself. Their legacy expanded beyond the known realms, as they were now recognized as defenders of the multiverse, protectors of the very essence of existence. Their journey had taken them from mortal beings to cosmic champions, bridging the gap between the known and the unknowable. As they returned to the mortal realm, they understood that their mission was eternal, for the cosmos was an ever-evolving tapestry of mysteries and wonders. Armed with their unity, knowledge, and unwavering determination, the Guardians of the Veil stood ready to confront the challenges of existence itself. With their mission to protect humanity and maintain the balance between worlds, the Guardians of the Veil continued to evolve. Their reputation as defenders of existence extended far beyond Earth, reaching the ears of beings from distant realms and galaxies. One day, an intergalactic distress signal reached them. A distant world, known as Lemuria, was on the brink of catastrophe. An ancient cosmic entity, known as the Eclipse Devourer, threatened to engulf their planet in eternal darkness, extinguishing all life. The Guardians of the Veil, driven by their unwavering commitment to preserving life in all its forms, embarked on a cosmic journey to Lemuria. They encountered alien civilizations, each with its own unique culture and technology, and learned of the Eclipse Devourer's insatiable hunger for cosmic energies. As they arrived on Lemuria, they found a planet in despair, with the skies growing darker by the minute as the Eclipse Devourer's influence spread. The Lemurians, beings of light and energy, turned to the Guardians for hope. The challenge they faced was unlike any they had encountered before. The Eclipse Devourer was a colossal entity, its presence spanning the cosmos. Its hunger for cosmic energy was relentless, and it seemed impervious to conventional methods of confrontation, but the Guardians had faced cosmic challenges before and were armed not only with their knowledge and unity but with the experiences they had gained from their countless encounters with the supernatural. They delved into Lemuria's ancient archives, uncovering forgotten rituals and cosmic secrets that could potentially weaken the Eclipse Devourer. The Lemurians, recognizing their resolve, shared their own energies, forming a cosmic bond that would amplify their abilities. In a climactic battle that transcended the boundaries of time and space, the Guardians confronted the Eclipse Devourer. The cosmic entity raged against their efforts, but the unity between the Guardians and the Lemurians created a surge of cosmic energy that weakened the Devourer. In a final, awe-inspiring burst of cosmic light, they managed to expel the Eclipse Devourer from Lemuria's skies, sealing it away in a distant cosmic void. The planet's skies cleared, and life flourished once more. The Lemurians, filled with gratitude, recognized the Guardians as cosmic saviors, defenders of not just one world but of all life in the cosmos. Their story echoed through the stars, becoming a beacon of hope for beings across galaxies. As they returned to Earth, the Guardians of the Veil understood that their mission had transcended not only dimensions but also the very boundaries of existence. They were no longer just protectors of humanity, they were cosmic champions, guardians of life in all its forms. Their legacy extended to the farthest reaches of the universe, reminding all beings that in the face of the most daunting challenges, unity, knowledge, and unwavering determination would always prevail. The Guardians of the Veil stood ready, their mission eternal, for the cosmos was a realm of endless mysteries and wonders, and they were its defenders, its guardians, and its champions. Friends, how did you like the story? Don't forget to write in the comments, like the video and subscribe to the channel. See you tomorrow with another new interesting story. Thank you.